Alabama right out of the gates just hands UConn 6 points. I'm sorry, you're guarding Donovan Clingan. You got to get up and start battling for position now. You cannot wait for him to initiate contact in the paint. Get up, battle for space. Like, look at this. You're just letting him sit on the block right here. I mean, we can't just not guard one pass away. Like, you got to double once that ball gets down there. Like, you're one pass away. You're not guarding. Excuse me? Where Clingan's not even there anymore. Again, you cannot. What? You got to guard one pass away at the top of the key. Like, I don't know what is this? Get up and guard. Like, you can pinch in a little bit from the corner with my back to the baseline, getting in the gaps. But, I mean, so we're just giving shoot-around up to start the game. Like, that's what you're doing. That was your game plan. Look at that. Just awful defense. First of all, you're playing up on the screen. You're hedging. So why are you not connected to the screener right now? The main problem's the backside up. You know you're hedging here, right? You go over this. So we're starting to creep up now. Like, I've got to get in backside up. That pass can't get made. If a skip pass gets made to the wing, I can recover. But you haven't moved yet. Screen is taking place. Backside defender hasn't moved. Catch 2. Cannot miss this. You can see the Alabama big staring at the ball. See what your man's doing. That would be a flare screen. So I'm calling out flare, flare, flare. So this guard knows to jam up, press up, and get over the top of the flare screen. No communication. You go smush right into the flare screen. Wide open layup off it. Cannot rest and relax with Donovan Clingan. Initially, you do a great job defensively here, battling for him for position. But he's going to ask for a repost entry right here. So in the meantime, I got to still be up. I can't rest. I cannot let him get deeper in the post. Get low. The low man wins. Battle for position right now. Do your work early. You just stand there and let Clingan get deeper position, and that's 2. If you're doubling from the baseline, like, this is something you go over. You double from the baseline. The man on the weak side wing must rotate down. That cannot be a dunk. You go over this, right? You know you're doubling baseline. You'll leave the weak side wing. You can rotate out of this. But there's no rotation. So, dunk. This is just atrocious defense away from the ball. Ball's at the top of the key. We don't need to get in the paint. Right? Stay outside the free throw line. Back to the sideline, pointers out, feet set, defensive stance, seeing ball, seeing man. Once the ball gets swung to the wing right there, now we're just up the line a little bit more, back to the baseline, still seeing ball, seeing man. With our feet set. This is ridiculous. You're in the paint, your feet you're never in a defensive stance, your feet are never set, you're late getting out. Alabama's a very poorly coached basketball team. Nate Oates should be back coaching high school. Like, you're guarding the inbounder. I can't be in the charge circle. I've got to be ready to guard this inbounder on the inbound. Like, look at this. Here comes a down screen. If I'm guarding this inbounder the way I'm supposed to be, right in front denying, now I can just chase over the top. See, off this down screen, if I was guarding him like I'm supposed to, I'm staying attached to his hip, chasing over the top. Oh, and this Alabama big would have to get connected to Clingan, the screener, and get his arms extended and show. But you were coming from the charge circle. You're not staying attached to his hip. You're going clank into the screen. I mean, it's just awful. Go back to high school, Nate Oates. You're awful. Away from the ball. I'm not guarding above the three-point line away from the ball. I'm rotating down. First of all, I want to try and get a post dig here on Donovan Clingan. I'm about halfway between the ball and the three-point line, seeing both. Feet set, defensive stance. I mean, look at this. You're walking here and walking above the three-point line for no reason. You're not even seeing the ball. That could not have been easier. Just poorly coached nonsense. Look at the defender here. He's going under one screen, then he's going under another. So why is this guard someone? Why is that Alabama player all of a sudden just doubling the ball for no reason? So now you're not able to... I mean, this has got to be one of the worst switches I've ever seen. Especially when you're a guard switching. You get underneath the screener. Instantly. This is right out of half. Look at this switch. How over the top could not be easier. So first of all, in transition, it'd be nice if this Alabama big was sprinting back. But the problem's right here. Like, we got to get back and guard someone. Like, look at this Alabama player on the wing right here. Where you're getting back and guarding who exactly? So, easy grab and go drive. Very poorly coached team, Alabama. You're fronting the post. The backside help would come from the weak side of the floor. I got to be up ready to guard. Level to my man with my feet set in a defensive stance. Like, you're in the paint right now. You're not in backside help. What are you doing? So, not even close to ready to guard. It's just ridiculous. Transition defense. Do you work on it? Nope. Never, ever, ever backpedal in transition. We're not worried about the ball when it's across half court. We're just worried about sprinting back, finding people to guard, ready to guard. If it's the ball, if it's someone else. You're backpedaling back in transition right here. Right there, you'd have to go to the wing, and this Alabama player would have to take the ball. But you're backpedaling. This is terrible. That's coaching. Go back to high school. I mean, just count the mistakes here. First of all, in the weak side corner, let's keep our back to the baseline, seeing ball, seeing man. Second of all, you're going onto the screen. Awesome. Get up and jam the screener. Use your body, show your hands, so the guard can get underneath and take the ball handle on the other side. So you're not jamming the screener, so you're late to get under, and then right over here, we're staring at the ball. So that's a lob. These Alabama switches are just pathetic. You're switching. You know you're switching. So get up level to the screener so you're ready to guard the ball handler off the switch. Where are you? Up ready to guard the ball. Now, if that Alabama player gets underneath the screener on the switch, which he doesn't, there'd be gap help in the middle of the floor. You already have help in the gaps on the strong side of the floor. You could force the ball handler to the strong side of the floor here. But you're in the paint. You're not ready to guard. And we switched over the top because Nate Oates is terrible and should be back in high school. And now this is easy. First of all, this is an easier screen to just ice because now I have two backside, keep the ball handle to the sideline. I have two backside defenders for the big rolling for UConn. Fine. But you're hedging. Fine. It's better than drop coverage. So we're up hedging. This is non-negotiable. I've already got to be creeping up. I've got to get it. That pass can't get made. I've got to get in backside help. If a skip pass is made, you'll be able to recover to the corner. You'll be fine. But Alabama, look, you haven't moved yet. That's two. Just put it on the board before it happens. You cannot talk and think about switches in the middle of the play. First of all, this is a very easy screen. Why are you switching? Very easy screen to just chase over the top, right? The big gets attached with his arms extended so you can't curl, and you're good. But if you're switching, you went into the game during a timeout at halftime. Every time these two Alabama players are involved in the screen, it's a switch. When you talk and think about a switch in the middle of the play, you're about an hour late to do it, and that's wide open. Not even close to good enough. You cannot let Donovan Clingan just sit on the block. Get low, battle, move him out. You're just letting him stand here. Like, there's no battling for position, nothing. He's sitting on the block. The second he wants to initiate the contact, you're sealed. That's two. Good night. Go home and go back to high school, Oates. It's really sad. Alabama has no idea how to guard down screens. It's going to happen multiple times the rest of this game. You need to chase over the top. You cannot go up the gut. And then you got to get attached with your arms extended if you're guarding the screener so the UConn guard can't curl. You go up the gut here. Look at the angle. So now I got to step up and bring a second defender to the ball. And even on this myth, there's going to be no one to box out Klingon. And that's an easy two. Yep, same thing. This is just coaching. This is disgusting. What do you even do in practice? Down screen, I must be attached to the screener with my arms extended. How's the Alabama guard supposed to guard this screen when UConn's guard is able to curl right over this screen because you're not showing? Right in the lane, two. That is reprehensible trash. Dagger screen. You know Alabama has no idea what they're doing. Nate Oates is awful. So I'm supposed to be going under the first, over the second, and then the most important part is on that second screen, we got to be attached to the screener with our arms extended so the guard can't curl. You go over the first screen, so I don't even know what's going on here. Just awful, wide open. It's reprehensible. Final Four team. Garbage. Here it is again. Nate Oates should not coach another game. Go back to high school, maybe middle school. Like, down screen. Ah! Get attached! Arms extended from the screener so the guard can't curl. Why do I not see you in the frame showing with your arms extended? He's curling again, right in the lane. Easy.